Good afternoon everyone. Today we're going to be exploring the worst town in all of the UK, or at least that's what some people say. Now, to be honest, it's not necessarily a bad area. I'm interested in finding out why people say it's so bad, and B, why it got bad in the first place. Is it just media hype? Join me today as we go on an adventure to allegedly the worst town. Join me to Aldershot. Let's do it. Historically, Aldershot thrived as the home of the British Army. Since the military scaled down troop numbers by a massive level, the local economy has lost a major source of income and also consumer spending power. Efforts to replace that investment have largely failed. As one resident has noted, a lot of army folk aren't really settled here, and that reduces the community spirit. Number 2, the struggling town centre and the retail collapse. Aldershot's high street is dominated by betting shops, vape shops, charity shops and fast food outlets. Many major retailers like M&S have closed in 2015, Woolworths in 2008 and even Poundland recently have left. The plans at Westgate Leisure Complex has largely failed as well to attract the sustained business. High crime rate, antisocial behaviour and low quality of life metrics have also negatively affected Aldershot and the districts of Rushmore as a whole. To make this video a hell of a lot more interesting, because it has one of the highest crime rates in all of Hampshire, I'm going to be dropping my phone somewhere on the ground for the beginning of the video and we're going to collect it. I'm slightly shitting it, to be honest, I'm not going to lie. But I'm just trying to find a good spot to put it. Where's a good spot? I'm trying to look here, somewhere that makes people want to steal my phone. Where can I put it? Let's put it here, okay? And we're gonna come back to it in an hour or two. If it's as dangerous as people say, it's gonna be nicked within 5 seconds. Testament to the town's military history. You've even got the old cannons still here today. This is obviously a replica by the looks of it, as it's literally pointing into the grass. But nonetheless, it is very cool to see the town's history and where it is. Yeah, it's definitely a replica by the looks of it. Not like I'm an expert on these things, but yeah, it is cool. And it's not all doom and gloom in Aldershot. We're going to do what every single other YouTuber who's ever been to this town is and just says, oh, it's bad and here's why. Although I'm sure we're probably not going to be impressed. It's not all doom and gloom. It's so nuanced and there are two sides to every place. So yeah, there is military history here, which is pretty cool. So it does get points for that. Now, before we get into the nitty gritty of this town, I will say this: as soon as you get out of the sort of the back alleys into like a park like this, it's actually quite nice. Not an ounce of litter, to be fair, to be seen. There's Aldershot Football Club, which I'm really briefly going to show you. It doesn't feel too dangerous, it doesn't feel too bad so far. I mean, to be the worst place to live in the UK, it literally has to be worse than pretty much everywhere. Well, it would have to be worse than everywhere that we've ever been on this channel ever, which means it has to be worse than Luton, which is virtually impossible. So yeah, it does give you a weird vibe, this town. Like the football pitch, for example, it kind of looks like a military base, and anyone knows anything about Aldershot kind of knows why. I mean it does look rather depressing, I'm not gonna lie. It really does. It just looks like a big old military barracks, really. Like, who would have thought this would not be a military base, you know? There's the old turnstiles. It almost looks... Oh, this has to be abandoned. That's all rusted away. Away supporters. So they'd obviously separate them, keep the riffraff out and all that. Yeah, that's gotta be... That can't be in use anymore. That's why it probably looks like a military base. Check it out though. And then in here, someone's cut a hole in the bloody fence. Hang on a minute. Really is a military base. There we go. Breaking into Aldershot Football Club. Check it out. The weather, really, literally, I promise you, I didn't pick this day on purpose to make Aldershot look bad, but the weather makes and breaks a town in these videos. Like, I did Gravesend, which has a bad reputation, and it actually looks quite nice in the sun. But as soon as I got in the car, it went from summer to like dystopian horrors. I mean, this is definitely abandoned. I mean, look, the gate's physically gone. They've tried to seal it together with the old cable ties, and yeah, people have just been... There's another hole there, I don't know how you can see that, but yeah, people have also been breaking in, cutting into it. It is a town in decline, which is a common theme among these towns. There's another one here, a completely different abandoned like basketball pitch or football pitch, I'm assuming. Once again, big old hole in the middle. What is going on? What is the story behind this? Because as you can see behind me, the fence is basically mostly broken anyway, so you can just walk in. Maybe it was done before. I tell you what though, it is a little bit dystopian, even in Aldershot, where I'm going to show you probably in a bit, but there's so many Union Jacks and Patriots here, which is great to see. But literally in the corner over there, you can't really see them because they're in the bush, but there's literally, I'm assuming straight off the boat migrants basically, judging by the way they look. I don't want to say what they are and what they aren't, but nonetheless, they're almost certainly there, just playing rap music, stinks of weed, just sitting in the bush. Probably paid for by you. So yeah, that's the only bad thing I've really seen so far, but like, I didn't get mugged or some shit like that, so that obviously can't be that bad. This is maybe one street away from the main town centre, and look at it, it's been absolutely destroyed. Danger, unsafe building, unauthorised entry, keep out. That doesn't stop people from Woking, I can't put that in the video, Woking scum. A lot of people do not like Woking. There is a, I'm assuming there's like a football rivalry. That explains the sort of war zone looking football club. But yeah, it's sad to see that the buildings just haven't been looked after by the council, I'm afraid. Check it out. Damn, Aldershot, your town centre is pretty shut down by the looks of it. There's one or two shops still open down there, but this can't be the main bit. As I say, I've never been here before, so I don't really know where I'm going, but I'm assuming, according to Google Maps, it's that way to the main town centre. That can't be it, because Aldershot's got a fairly large population, and it can't just be a few shut down shops. There's got to be more than that. Judging by the trolley over there, it must be up through that alley somewhere. But it's not all doom and gloom though. There's a beautiful church there, and to be fair, it's in pristine condition, I will say that. So at least there is that going there. The roads here have been newly paved as well, so there's obviously some sort of investment coming to Aldershot. It's just few and far between. Hopefully the town centre does get a little bit better. So you've got these modern sort of buildings up here, so there is some gentrification happening. Here's the market, which stands literally all the way down there and all the way up here as well. But does it look that bad? No, I don't think it does. It looks quite nice actually. It's pretty clean. I mean, try and spot the litter on the floor, there isn't really much there, to be honest. This looks like the main strip, I'm pretty sure. As you saw by the mall, it's pretty dead. There's not too much going on there. But I'd say it's not a major city, so would you expect it to have the world's biggest mall? Probably not. Probably not. And even so, there's more of these sort of Nepalese tailors as well, so you can get all your local outfits and even Nepalese food here. So there is definitely that Nepalese culture here, which is really cool to see. And that explains the Buddhist temple that we saw back there is all coming together now because the Gurkhas fighting for the British Army as well. So yeah, it's all tying up together as why we're seeing that here. There's even a big old like Chinese sort of shop, which I'll show you just so. Hi bro, you right? Yeah, as I say, there's even a sort of Oriental store there, Thai Express. So I'm assuming maybe there's even a sort of fairly big Thai population here as well. I mean, obviously if there's a lot of Buddhist communities from the Nepalese here, as you can see, there might even be some Thai people here as well, which is really cool. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like quite a nice place. I don't really see the big this is a popular store. Look at the queues for the queues for here. Bloody hell. It is very big indeed. Anyways, let's carry on. Let's carry on down here. Looks like the market's just starting to end, so yeah, they've sort of sold out of most of their stuff already. I must say though, everyone seems very friendly. Don't know what that guy said earlier, I'm not gonna lie. He said welcome to London or something, but obviously we're not in London, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But as I keep saying, it doesn't seem that bad. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of shocked, because if you see my videos on like Slough, Luton, those kind of places and how bad it was there, then you think, oh hang on, there's worse. Don't feel it. Like, yes, is it in decline? Absolutely. but nonetheless, it still doesn't feel like a necessarily god-awful place where you're literally gonna be stabbed in the streets or, you know, something like that.
Are you
Hi guys, I am.
Vlogger?
Yeah, I am, bro. Nice to meet you guys.
What's your name on TikTok?
Adventures.
Yeah, I need
small
to see
channel.
this.
Do you want to say something to the camera? You're holding
Follow Charlie Ward 2K23 on Instagram.
Follow Mohan X0.
Lovely guys, you heard it from them. Give them a follow, guys. Give them a follow.
Legend, yeah.
What do you think about Aldershot out of 10?
Oh, shit.
Shithole?
Shithole.
That's what I've heard. It doesn't seem that bad though.
It's not
doesn't
that
seem
bad.
It's very boring, there's not a lot of people in here, is there?
True, yeah, true. What do you guys do? If you want to go, do you go to Guildford's or do you
Yeah,
go?
Guildford on a Sunday.
Yeah, we got a lot of bitches.
Only on a Sunday.
Yeah. My guy knows.
Are you posting that on YouTube or TikTok?
I am indeed, mate. Yeah.
Show it inside it, yeah.
We'll do, bro. We'll do.
Follow, yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, you heard it from them firsthand. Even the locals say it's not the nicest place to live, but I must say it doesn't feel that bad at all. I mean, check it out. You've got pubs that are still open. That's a start. You go to some places and it's literally been taken over and everything's just in ruins. So compared to other places in the UK, I can't really see why it's named the worst. I'm not gonna lie, this is just what I have sort of seen just by coming here. This is something I want to show you guys actually across the road. So up here, talking about the Nepalese people who live here, you even got Gurkha services, which is really cool. Life care management. It's a shame that they risk their lives for our country and unfortunately they get sent to Aldershot. This looks like the main sort of strip here. You've got the old buildings on top of the sort of dominoes, your usual stuff. There's even a little Indian travel and tourism money place down there. But to be fair, actually there's even a little arcade you can go in here. From a Victorian style. Check out the roof. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't feel that bad at all. Like, is it run down? Yes, but at the same time, it definitely doesn't feel like the worst place, because that is quite the thing to say. As I say, you've got to ask yourself, is it worse than Luton? And to that, I'd say definitely not. It's a nice place. As I say, this arcade here is very pretty. The Victorian design. I mean, it just sort of randomly ends there. There's not too much else to it, but yeah, there's some nice shops here as well. You've got Highland Collection, for example, where you can get all sorts of cooking equipment that's quite Nepalese. It looks really nice in there as well. So yeah, it's an interesting place to sort of walk around and see what there is. Check out all the colours as well. It's very beautiful indeed. So yeah, let's continue the adventure. Let's go out through that way. I'm assuming there is a lot more to this place than just here. Let's check it out through here. So I'm pretty sure it goes back sort of left ways as well, so it's not just this street here. There is a big sort of crossroads and then you can go into the main bit as it were. So I'll try and get a few shots down there. It is pretty packed in the main town centre. When I did really briefly look down there, but as soon as you come out it's pretty average, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it looks absolutely fine. I don't see the reason why everyone's saying that it is the worst place. It feels like a normal town to me. I'm not gonna lie, I know it will get more views if I say it's all bad and this and that, but I'm not gonna lie, it just looks like a normal town in Hampshire. Compare it to Portsmouth, compare it to Southampton, those places, and I can guarantee you're gonna have so many similarities. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a massive difference. And also check out this, you've even got more sort of traditional outfits that you can buy. It does look pretty cool. There must be, I mean, it's definitely more multicultural than I thought. There must be a big Sri Lankan population because they're quite Buddhist as well, aren't they? So Everest Link, Chaturi. I'm trying to work out like the ethnicities just by sort of looking up and down, but this street in particular, yeah, Namaste Express. Well, this is trying to unravel this. I'll let you know the ethnicities now actually, just so we can see. Okay, now it's becoming quite clear why it was ranked as one of the worst towns to physically live in the entirety of the UK. Simultaneously in many years, in 2023 for example it came 6th, in 2025 it came 1st. and there are quite a few down and outs here, I'm not gonna lie. Mainly military veterans by the looks of it, and it's really sad to see. They finish their service and they're basically left to fend for themselves with not too many transferable skills. Maybe they even do have transferable skills, but there just isn't anything in place for them to physically move from one job into civilian life. And it's a shame, because these people have defended our country against all sorts in many other countries. So yeah, it's sad to see that people have just been left to sort of fend for themselves, really. Like, obviously, once again, I'm not going to film them, but for views and stuff like that. But there's a lot of probably veterans, I'm assuming, sat on a bench just day drinking, whatever hope is there left for them when the government's spending all the money on asylum, hotels, things like that. The hotels should be reserved for veterans. They're the ones who deserve the 4-star hotels. It's absolutely outrageous. Loving the patriotism from the care homes though, I will say that. But opposite there, check it out. It's a Buddhist thing, which means I like it. I love Buddhists. One of the best religions ever. It's all about peace, harmony. Every Buddhist country I've ever been to has been absolutely spectacular. I'm going to try and cross the road when there's a car free, hopefully after this one, and I should be able to show you it. But you've got the old Buddha over there. It looks like a Nepalese one with all the different cloths and stuff on it. And to be fair, it's very, very beautiful as well. It's the Magos Association, Tamang Society, Sherpa Association. I can't tell you exactly what that is, but I'm not gonna lie, it does give the place some colour. And I can guarantee these aren't the asylum seekers I'm talking about. These are hard-working people who are contributing to society, and they're more than welcome to be here, Buddhists, more than welcome. The Buddhist Community Centre, there we go. Look at it, beautiful with the flowers, no litter. I like it a lot, and it's Nepalese, that explains that. I'm assuming that in that case there's a Nepalese community here, and when there's a Buddhist community, there might be like a Thai community or something like that here. But to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure Aldershot is a super white area. I know when the riots were going on last year or 2 years ago, I can't remember, but there were some big supporters here with the whole migrant hotel crisis. Haven't heard too much about the protests soon. I think there are still going on, but the media just tries to shoot them down. But look at this in comparison to the beautiful Buddhist temple over there. It's just been left, literally. So we've got abandoned building, abandoned building, abandoned building. This one even has a hole in it. Abandoned building. The paints and the bricks are literally falling off this. It's just sad to see. This is why I don't do videos like this anymore. Literally the entire channel got to 2,000 subscribers because of videos like this, but it's just depressing to see. I don't really want to film it. I'll do the odd one here and there because I have had older shots saved on my Google Maps to film, because I know it will be an interesting spot to do. Because I think, oh, is it really the worst town? Like, probably not, right? So far I wouldn't say it is, and I think that's probably going to be the theme of the video, to be honest. Like, it's a fairly average place compared to the rest of the UK. People are very quick to sort of label things, but in reality it's just so much more nuanced than that. Like, you're telling me this is the worst? No chance, mate. They clearly have not been to Luton. There's even some horses coming up, and a potentially abandoned pub over there, the Beehive. I'll be completely honest, I'm genuinely shocked, A, at how not bad it is. I mean, it's bad, but it's not bad. And on another level, the amount of Gurkha influence here is absolutely insane. It's really interesting to see. I mean, who would have thought? Usually I have to go to London to sort of see the escalades, as it were, and don't get me wrong, the people assimilate pretty well here, so there isn't necessarily like a street that's just Gurkha or just Nepalese, unlike some other groups in London, for example. But nonetheless, it's interesting to see the little shops selling their traditional cool little colourful outfits. I also didn't realise how short they were as well. Like, unless you're walking through a crowd of them, they're like down here. So yeah, they seem friendly though. I like them. They're always smiling if you say hello to them off camera as well. So what's quite weird about Woking as well is everything's broken. There's these random patches of just like litter filled padlocks, grid areas. I don't really know how else you can describe it, but unfortunately, once again, it has just been left there to do its own thing. What are they talking about? Worst town in England? It's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's not that bad, is it? You even got the Tudor thatch houses over there and a fairly safe part. You compare this to like, what, like Southampton or Portsmouth, it's probably nicer, to be fair. Does it need work? Yes, the floor's collapsing. You know, you go to a park in like Bangkok and it's pristine, there's skyscrapers, you know, it's very beautiful, despite people thinking, oh, it's a third world country. Far from it. Far from it. The thing is, a lot of these countries that I visit on the channel that people think are poor are on the way up, whereas the UK, even if this town isn't as bad as people say it is, which I don't think it is, it's still on the way down in comparison. And that's just a theme you'll see in the entirety of the UK, or most of the UK these days. It's hard to find places that even feel British in the sense of how it used to be. And I'm talking no litter on the streets, people just getting on, no riots, that sort of thing. But now, unfortunately, I mean, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Anyways, this is the park. It's nice. That's the point I wanted to get across. It's a pretty average park. I don't know what's going on up there. Probably some fair, something like that. As you can see, I'm now at the Military Museum of Aldershot, which is very much in Farnborough. Let's have a little look around. Even on the outside free, you can still see all the old, semi-old, shall I say, tanks. Now, just playing video games and stuff like that, I've never served in the military, but you don't realise just how bloody big these things are. Look how impressive this is. Absolutely incredible. That's the Challenger 1. Basically the flagship tank of the British Army back in the day, and I believe it still is to this day. It will be a newer model, of course. Incredible. In the 1990s, so this is older than me. It's about 35 years old. I may feel like 35 years old, but it is nonetheless older than me. It's really interesting to see that you can just sort of really just walk around and just see it for free. It's just really cool, and I think it's important to see your military history. It does give Aldershot a little more things to do. I know a lot of people say there's not too much to do in Aldershot, but I feel like on the outskirts, because there's so many towns, you've got Farnham, Farnborough, all sorts of places nearby. This, for one, is a really interesting place to visit. I mean, just through there, I don't really know how far we can get in really, but it is quite interesting to see all the old sort of artillery formations. There's even the Land Rovers there, the Willie Jeep, I think it is, I believe. All throughout the years. It goes back even further. Awesome, isn't it? It's like recon units down there. Very interesting to see the different sort of military history of Aldershot. In fact, we're in the military town right now, so getting here, you drive across this mad road. I really recommend doing it. It's a really interesting experience. Everything's got the barbed wire on, and yeah, it really feels like you're in a big military base, namely because you are. There's just a museum inside it, and I really like that. Well, what did I think of Aldershot overall? Was it as bad as people say? I mean, for starters, it was pretty bad, let's be honest. I mean, there is definitely decline going on. Today we did explore why. However, in the same kettle of fish, was it as bad as Slough? No. Was it as bad as Luton? No. And did I get my phone back? Oh my god, I actually did. I did not expect that. I still got it. I still got it. For those who want to know, I mean, that is my second phone. I just, because it scratched the shit on the screen, I haven't been able to sell it. So I just thought, what a great decoy that I can put on my UK videos and abroad videos to test the safety of a place. So yeah, well, good on you, Aldershot. We met some nice people from Ireland, met some nice people from the pool. Didn't meet anyone from England, to be honest, but nonetheless, not too bad of a place. I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 10. There's worse out there, let me tell you.